Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 203K in a Box FHA Consultant Training and Marketing System All Power Team Web Coaching Call for January 2015. Thank you all so much for being on the call. This is Catherine Hall, the creator of the 203K in a Box system and your personal coach. And I just want to thank you all for being on the call this evening. Good evening, everyone. Happy New Year. This is the newly formatted All Power Team Coaching Call on the fourth Thursday of the month. And this is our first one of 2015. Just as a reminder, we're actually going to be having, instead of the 3 weekly Thursday night calls, we're going to be having a Thursday morning. The second Thursday of the month will be our Power Team Tech Call, where we're going to talk about technical activities and procedural things with regard to the 203K in a Box system. So I want to welcome everyone on the call tonight. Please be prepared to have your focus points and your success stories and any questions or issues that you'd like to share tonight. We'll be taking notes, and we're going to be formulating an email where we're going to send everybody out what their focus points is to remind them for the next call. So with some few exceptions, with some minor exceptions, everyone here, their mic is open. So please make sure that as I unmute you, that you mute yourself on your computer or on your GoToWebinar app. So everyone here is unmuted as you log on, so please make sure to mute yourself. And if you have something that you'd like to share, just go ahead and unmute yourself and chime in. So now, what do I want to share with you first? I want to share something that I just became exposed to. It's new. And actually, a real estate agent shared this with me because I mentioned to him that I was looking to buy property in Florida and in a 55-plus managed community, and he mentioned to me that he and I had a mutual friend who was a broker who was a snowbird who lived half year in Florida and half year in Philadelphia, and how he found his home even in a 55-plus community was through this site called HUDHomestore.com. And I went onto this site earlier in the week, actually a little bit, it was Thursday of last week. I went onto this site, and I want to show you what I found because this is a great tool for everyone. So let me pick a state that I can look at. I'll take my own, Pennsylvania. Start me off there. And I'm putting in a county, the county I actually live in, and I'm going to hit search. Now, what you are looking at here are all of the HUD homes that are for sale. These are foreclosed HUD homes in the county that I just described. It is Montgomery County, that are still under government control. These are homes that you are going to be bidding for. And once the bidding deadline is expired, then it goes into the main foreclosure ranks, and is then sold, sign is put on the lawn, and it's listed for sale through an asset manager, with a standard, price that's offered, etc. But this is where you can, a person can actually purchase a property and put in bids, and there's actually some information that I'm going to be trying to gather about how to bid, and that you actually can, the starting bid for these homes can actually be 67%. You can actually buy this home in some cases for as little as 67% of the sale price. This is a very good site, and you actually can register. So as you can see, I registered myself as a buyer. There's two ways to register: as a home buyer or as a real estate agent or broker. All right. And so with that being said, I registered myself as a potential home buyer. So you can see that's my name up in the corner. And so I put the list, and this is Montgomery County homes that are in the hands of HUD. This is not all of the homes that are foreclosed properties. Don't get me wrong. These are homes that are still open for bidding. These are the homes that a person can get the program that allows them to buy a property for up to 50% less than the bid price. Who can tell me what the name of that program is, and who are the type of qualified individuals?
Policemen and teachers.
Officer Teacher Next Door, exactly, or better known as the new term, Good Neighbor Next Door. Okay, so that's exactly right. And so now the way you can identify, so these properties here, this is a home right here, 224 East Marshall Street in Norristown, Pennsylvania. I did actually a home right down the street from this on the same block. And so if someone was buying that with an Officer Teacher Next Door program, they could buy this home for half of the list price of $27,000. and that's the HUD list price. So you can see here, this is an enhanced commission. The listing and selling brokers are eligible to receive a commission of $1,250 for the sale of this property. So each of these agents can get $1,250, considering the sale price of $27,000. If it was a typical 3%, would mean they would only get $810. So this enhanced commission is designed to induce agents to, hey, go ahead and please help us sell this house because you'll get a good commission. You're not going to get chump change if you help a buyer buy this house. So that's what that symbol means. Over here, this symbol here where it says exclusive, it tells you what type of person can buy this home. So as you can see, this is a new listing, and it's only eligible for owner-occupants, nonprofits, or government agency. Oh my goodness, what are those? What are also do those people qualify to do? Those are people who can buy with a 203K. So now Rodney is asking the question, can we buy for investment and rent out? Not this specific property. This specific property that I just opened up is only eligible for a homeowner. And as you can see, the bid submission timing is 3 days, 3 hours, and 51 minutes at this list price. And what do you see here?
203K eligible.
203K eligible. Not only is this property 203K eligible, but guess what they give you? I now have the listing broker's information, and I actually know Angela Carter. I've worked with her on other properties. She seems to have a lock. Even though she's in Virginia, she seems to have a lock on Pottstown as far as all the HUD assets. This is the asset management company, Matt Martin Real Estate Management in Fort Washington, Pennsylvania, and the field service manager. I don't know who that is or what they're doing, but I now have the name, telephone number, email address, and website of the asset manager for this property and the listing broker for this property. So now, does this give anybody beside me any ideas?
Marketing.
Absolutely. Marketing how?
Directly to the realtor.
Directly to the realtor, exactly, to the asset manager and to the listing broker, because if I'm a buyer and I've been exposed to this site and I'm looking to buy this property, who am I going to call? This listing broker. And if I'm going to be considering doing a 203K, because this property is subject to an FHA appraisal, and that means if it's subject to an FHA appraisal, that means it probably isn't going to pass one. That's why they're telling you it's 203K eligible. And so with that being said, I'm going to call this agent and say, hi, I'm interested in buying this property. I'd like to arrange a showing. She would then call the asset manager and arranged for a visit to the property. If I'm a 203K consultant, I'm going to call both of these people and say, hi, my name is Catherine Hall. I'm an FHA consultant in the Pottstown area, and I would like to know if I can assist any of the potential buyers who might be interested in purchasing the property on, what was the address again? I forgot. Marshall Street. I understand that this is a 203K eligible property, and I would be happy to offer a special discount on the feasibility study or free termite inspection. I would offer some sort of an incentive to get this agent to give me anybody who's calling her about this property. For those of you who are new to 203K, aka Daryl, who just got certified yesterday, this is a great entree into the program, to be able to market yourself not only as a home inspector but also as an FHA consultant to people who are being exposed to this program. Also, if you look at the pictures here, you see the damage at the ceiling. You see someone had to do some sort of a drywall repair. You can see some patching in the ceiling. You can see again more patching in the first floor. Looks like the house I did today. There you can see the bedroom. Purple seems to be a color for our homes in my neighborhoods. There's one of the bedrooms there. What do we see over here in the corner? Anybody recognize what that is?
Radiator.
Radiator, exactly right. So in a home that's a HUD-owned property, do we think the utilities are on? No. And there's our radiators in the corner. We've got a little bit of hardwood floor going on. We only have 4 pictures. That's okay, cool. But now, We talked about the Officer Teacher Next Door program. Is this property eligible for Officer Teacher Next Door?
Sure.
Who said sure?
Tom Kruger.
Tom Kruger's wrong.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, what on this page, and you see, here's the thing. What on this page tells you that this program, this property is or is not eligible for Officer Teacher Next Door? What is the most important thing about the Officer Teacher Next Door? It's HUD-owned homes where?
Oh, revitalization area.
In empowerment zones. Okay? Now, Pottstown is not an empowerment zone. But Philadelphia has many areas that are. So a great tool is to go out to the property, go back out to this. I'm actually going to try this month. So I'm going to go to Pennsylvania. I'm going to go to Philadelphia County, Philadelphia City, and I'm going to hit search. So now it's saying that there are only 4 homes that are currently biddable HUD-owned properties in Philadelphia County, Philadelphia City. So I'm going to try to find that search and just take out the city. Oh, wow, I get the same 4. Okay, but let's see what's going on with this one. Aramingo Avenue, Distance Street, Delaire Landing, nope. Spark Street. Let me see what Spark Street's saying. Okay, so now, Tom Kruger, is this property eligible for Officer Teacher Next Door?
It says revitalization area, yes.
Right. So what does that say? That's saying that a police officer, firefighter, EMT worker, nurse, or school teacher can buy this property can put a bid on this property for up to $46,000, half of the $46,000. Now, do you see the error in their ways? What did they say here? Period deadline, 6/22/15, 11:59 p.m. Yet, what do we see up here in the corner? What does it say?
Time remaining 3 hours and 45 minutes.
So what did someone do?
To pass it by?
They typoed. It's a typo. That was supposed to be a 1 because today is January 22nd and it's 9 p.m. So this 3 hours and 45 minutes, that should have been a 1, not a 6. Okay, so this is telling you that this is 3 hours and 45 minutes daily at midnight Central Time, and they have no bids on the property as yet. This is the kind of situation that I would love to be able to have an opportunity to share this with a group of people who are interested in the Officer Teacher Next Door program. So what I'm planning on doing with this process, with this system, is I'm actually going to be giving a webinar. I'm actually going to be holding monthly webinars for people who I am meeting at the home buyer workshops. Daryl Peace is quite familiar with the successful ability to generate business at home buyer workshops, and so I'm going to be doing a home buyer workshop all about how to take advantage of HUD homes, and I'm going to integrate the world of 203K and the world of Officer Teacher Good Neighbor Next Door and teach people how to go to this site themselves, how to identify a property, and to be able to work and to get an agent who can then assist them with this. I'm going to have an agent on the call who's going to say, I am happy to help any buyer on a last minute, quick basis get this done. So now, Jonathan, you could talk if you wanted to. You didn't have to type it in, but I'll ask your question so everybody understands. Jonathan says, utilities on in a HUD home, ha ha. There you go. No, the utilities are probably not on at the home at the time of the bid, but HUD has to make utilities turned on and accessible for inspections once a bid is accepted. So here you're looking at some of the pictures. Very common. You can see this home has been winterized because if you look closely, you can see the sticker they put across the toilet when they say winterization. So they always happen to show only the pictures of the part of the homes that look good, if you notice that. You know? They're not showing me my heater. They're not showing me the electrical panel. It's very interesting how they're showing only the good things about the property. But the point is, for $23,000, a person can buy a home in what is a $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 neighborhood in a revitalization area. So here is the agent information. This is an agent in Huntington Valley, so I actually could physically visit that agent. There again is the same asset management company. And the field service manager, the same company. So these are people who I want to get to be my friends. These are the people you want to go drop by and deliver your Just for Fun or your 203K Today flyers. These are the people you want to consider inviting onto your webinar. I will probably invite one of these people, either the asset manager or this listing broker, to be the guest on that webinar where I'm going to talk about how to take advantage of HUD government homes. So let's go back to another community. And how do you know where your empowerment zones are in your area? Very simple. You Google it. So you just go into, so let's see who's on our call. We have Tom Mitchell. And Tom, you're near Richmond, Virginia? Are you near Richmond, Tom? Are you
probably 3 hours from Richmond.
Okay, what's your nearest city?
Well, if you're looking on this, I've been digging through it ever since. But the nearest city, actual big city, might be Manassas. Let's try Manassas.
So here you have HUD Empowerment Zone map. And there is the images for the HUD Empowerment Zone map. This is how you can locate it in your own area, the revitalization areas. So let's search by state. This what you've been looking for, Tom?
I'm doing the class.
I've been looking at what you've sent me, but I'm going to that right now.
So we have empowerment zones in Norfolk and Portsmouth, Virginia, is the one that's in Virginia. So let's go to Georgia. So we've got Atlanta, Georgia Renewal Community, and we have the Southwest Georgia United Empowerment Zone. So if you hit go, this is the Southwest Georgia United Empowerment Zone. So now, Daryl, you're on the phone, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Does any of this look familiar to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Anything, anywhere, any part of this area you do business in?
Yes, ma'am.
Uh-oh, scared of you.
I'm Georgia. Just call me Georgia. I'm everywhere in Georgia. Everywhere.
Okay, so we have the Southwest Georgia United Empowerment Zone. Looks like an area you might want to start looking at marketing to people about the FHA 203K for the Officer Teacher Next Door program.
Okay.
So we have Vienna, Georgia. Is that an area? I'm not good with these parts of these cities.
Well, see, now you going south from Atlanta.
Okay. You said all of Georgia, I believe. I heard. Didn't anybody else hear that?
I'm good. I don't have a problem with going anywhere as long as you're willing to pay the price.
That's what we all think. I think we all are in agreement with that. So let's look at Pinehurst, Georgia. Okay, so let's go out here to Georgia, and we'll look at the city of Pinehurst. I don't know what the county is, but you can actually do that yourself. Look up what the county is for Pinehurst. So there's nothing in Pinehurst. Maybe Pinehurst is a county. Is Pinehurst a county in Georgia?
Say again?
Is Pinehurst a county in Georgia?
Yeah.
It's a county. Okay.
Yes.
So there's no properties listed here in the Pinehurst County area. You've got, and so let's go back. So here you can see, gentlemen and ladies. Let's see, we have ladies on the call. You want to find out what your empowerment zones are for the ability to use the Good Neighbor Next Door program. You just hit HUD Easy RC Locator. You can search, but you can enter a single address to determine if it is within an empowerment zone. You can search by state. So if we're going to be looking in states, let's look at Florida. Okay, so we have the Empowerment Alliance of Southwest Florida. We've got Jacksonville, and we have Miami-Dade. Who here on the call works in Miami-Dade? Anybody? Follow the police cars to the empowerment zone. Very funny, Michael. So Miami-Dade County, Florida Empowerment Zone. This is the area within the Miami-Dade area that is a empowerment zone for the ability to purchase with the officer teacher next door. So let's go here to Florida. Dade County. Dade, just write Dade, Kathy, Dade. And here we have two properties. One, now we want to find out, is this property eligible for the empowerment zone? And it says no. So even though this home is in Miami-Dade, Miami, Florida County, it's a high-end property and not eligible for the empowerment zone. So let's go back and let's check the next home that we saw. This says apartment. So this is a HUD home, and apartments are never eligible for empowerment. So this is some sort of a condo, and it's for sale, and it is $82,000 for a condo. So neither one of these is in the empowerment zone. But do you guys get what I'm trying to accomplish here as far as identifying these areas?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is something that is a great tool. You want to. So now, if I was, let's go back out to. I'm going to go back. Now, this actually, the agent gave me this information because we're looking in Marion County in the city of Ocala to purchase, O-C-A-L-A. This is a city area that we're looking to purchase in. And I actually found a property that's actually inside the community that the next door neighbor has moved to. And so this one here, 33rd Court, and, no, not 33rd, this one here at 70th Court, and where's the other one? This one, 58th Place. Both of these are in the community that she's in, and you can tell because it says that there's the HOA fee. So now this is a government HUD-owned property. It's eligible for a 203K. 2 beds, 2 baths. It's got a garage. It's got the screen over the garage. So now for those of you who do not live in the Florida area, can you, and don't you Floridians say what this is because I only learned about it last month. Can you tell me why they have a giant screen door over the garage door? Anybody who's not a Floridian, can you imagine what that's for?
Keep mosquitoes out.
Well, why wouldn't you just shut the garage door? They do that to allow the breezes in through the garage to help keep their air conditioning bills low, but without letting the bugs in. So they have the garage doors openable with this screen door down, and it keeps the bugs out but lets them have the breeze. I thought that was a very good use of natural opportunities to keep cool.
I was just joking.
No, that's the truth.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, so much for joking.
So much for joking, exactly. So this is the property pictures. Not too bad for $80-some thousand.
No, not bad at all.
No, so this property is in a managed community, as you can see, the homeowner's fees. And so we're not interested in it because, again, this says the period deadline is May 31st, but the bid submission time is 3 hours and 24 minutes. So, again, either we have a typo or someone is playing games with this property. Uh-oh, turn off your phone, Daryl.
Oh, man, you caught me. Okay.
I can, too. So now, if you're looking at this situation, you can see this is a great opportunity for you to find homes in your area. Now, Tom, what county did you say you're near? What county are you in, Tom Mitchell?
Well, I'm in Page, but you're not going to find. I've already been looking. I mean, the closest thing I found on this HUD page that we're looking at was closest thing to me was a Stanton property at $71,000, and it's on a lottery. And truthfully, this is Virginia. Most of these properties are all over $200,000.
Okay. So basically you said Stanton County?
Stanton is the town.
Oops.
The city.
Put a state in there, it'd be nice. Okay.
Actually, it's Stanton City County. So.
Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're just going to put in Virginia, and I'm not even going to put a county.
Yeah, that's what I did, because there's everything there is just excruciating.
So you've got a ton of pages. Now, whether or not these are properties within an area that you work in, you can probably connect with some of the lenders, the listing agents, and even though they're not, even though they're working with, they could be working with other properties in addition to this.
I've only found one that's an hour and a half away from me, and that's the Stanton property on page 13.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong, it's a good page, and I'm sure something will come up at some point in time.
Yes.
But it's something we'd have to keep an eye on.
It's one more tool in your belt, and it's also a great tool to talk to real estate agents about a resource that they can provide to their buyers by exposing their buyers to this list and being the agent that helps them put a bid on a property. So now Georgia has 337 listings throughout the whole state of Georgia. So we've got Marietta, Georgia, Cobb County. So now let's go to Marietta. Now this home, Mercy. Okay, Daryl, they need your 203K services like bad. Looks like the home is sitting on the edge of the hill, going down. So yeah. And you can see that's the ductwork in the ceiling. I can see the floors are warped. Anybody else see that the floors are warped up here? See the hardwood floors warping up? Either that or it's a rippled carpeting. Actually, it doesn't look like too bad a property. A deck on the back. So they don't give you many properties, but here's the thing. Here's an agent in Kennesaw, Georgia, and here is a field service asset manager in Atlanta, Georgia. Both of these people are people I would want to start talking to. So I wanted to share this with you as a resource. I'm going to create a webinar, a PowerPoint presentation and webinar, and I'm going to be giving this webinar in the first Monday in February. And the first Monday of every month, I'm holding open webinars for home buyers. And basically, when I go to a home buyer workshop, I introduce myself to the clients. I give them a card to fill out. I capture their information. We call them up. We ask them, do they have an agent? We ask them, what is their timeline for purchasing? We ask them if they'd be interested in more information by being invited to a webinar. And then based upon their comments, I can take their information and forward it to a real estate agent that I work with, therefore making a friend of an agent because I'm giving him business. I also can then educate these individuals about the home buying process, staying as close to them as their agent through webinars and ongoing email information, giving them a free copy of my book and other resources. And in addition to that, I'm also going to be keeping in touch with the agents that they do eventually work with and making sure that agent works for me. Tom asked a great question. Yes, you can, Tommy. Tommy said, can we sit in on that webinar? Tommy, that is fantastic. I will absolutely, let me send Samantha a message. She's not on the call this evening. She had another commitment tonight, so she's actually out working. So let me make a note to remind her so that is a great idea. Thank you so much for suggesting that. So when I schedule, I haven't set up the schedule on GoToWebinar. When I schedule the webinar for Value Home Inspections, Value Home Buyers, and that's the title of the webinars. It's going to be a monthly webinar called For the Value Home Buyer. I will send all of you the link. Fantastic. Very nice. Thank you, Tommy. That's a great idea. So I just sent Samantha a message to mention that to her. thank you so much. I will definitely invite all of you. It's going to be an 8 o'clock call, 8 p.m., and it's going to be 1 hour only. And as I said, I'm going to be inviting a real estate agent and possibly a lender. I already know who the lender is going to be, a 203K lender, a full lender, and the real estate agent as well. And we're going to talk about this option, and I'm also going to talk about my book and how they can download the book. I'm going to take them to my website. I'm going to talk about all the different features that our company offers and go into a little more detail. It's going to basically be a 1 hour commercial about my company by training them about certain aspects. So I'm going to talk about what the benefits of a home inspection are, what to look for in a home inspector, and what to look for in a house. Then I will talk about how to find a house, how to work with your agent, and I'm going to end up with how to buy a home, how to utilize my book, and also how to utilize other resources that we provide. So now, speaking about my book, all Power Team members who are, and let me go to that list now. Whoops, dropped the thing. This is the webinar series right there. And as you can see, I have a webinar coming up on January 27th. It's a Q&A on 203K. I've only just recently started marketing it to the people who attended the ASHI inspection conference in Philadelphia. And I haven't even marketed this course on Wednesday the 28th. It's a morning class on understanding FHA MPS. And there you go. Now you can see it. Sorry about that. I had you guys frozen. So this is my list of webinars, and so then there you can see the Power Team Tech Call on Thursday, February 12th. And then under here, Wednesday, February 18th, is Understanding FHA Minimum Property Standards. This again is for home buyers and for the home inspector. So I'm going to sneak a call in there. So as you can see, I really have no free time at night, so I'm going to be scheduling this. So now let's talk about something else. Let's go to. So now, first of all, while I'm waiting for the web page to come up, and we have looked at this page before, this is the picture of all of us, some of us actually, who were at the Day Discovery 2.0 in Florida, and I've shared this picture with the group before. Let's talk about what's happening with the 203K membership. We're going to be offering some special bonuses for those of our members who are falling under the category of gold or diamond level membership. And the benefit I'm going to talk about right now is the Major Purchase, Major Decision book. Those of you who are gold and diamond level members, you have the ability to get the free copy of my book, Major Purchase, Major Decision. Now, put onto your website. And here's how it works. Oh, wrong website. Now let me share something with you before I hit the enter button. Many of you, like me, have long names for your company and long URLs, and a lot of times people don't type them correctly. Anytime you can have multiple anachronisms or abbreviations for your name, if you use letters at all, you should have purchased every single one of those. My company name is Value Home Inspections, so the main website is valuehomeinspections.com. But I also have purchased vhinspect.com for Value Home Inspect, and I also purchased VHI Inspect, because some people can't figure that the I is part of Inspect. And I also have the full URL of valuehomeinspections.com. So you want to get as many of the URLs that people might accidentally type when they type your name. And as you know, the purchase of URL is very cheap. And what you do is you ask somebody, how difficult is it, how can you respell your name? Some people spell inspection wrong. So get the URL, Georgia Home Inspection with the word inspection spelled incorrectly in various ways, and people will type Georgia Home Inspection, accidentally misspell the word inspection, and get to your website. So it's something you want to definitely plan on purchasing as many URLs as possible. So now, here you can see on my website, on the home page, right here at the bottom, where it has a copy of my book, Major Purchase, Major Decision, and it says click here to get your copy of Catherine Hall's amazing book for free. So you can click either the picture of the book or you can click right there. And it opens up to an opt-in page. And on that opt-in page, people, it goes to a page called Major Purchase, Major Decision. And there you can see where it says, should I rely on my real estate agent's recommendation for what are the different services? Which ones do I need? And what do I do when I get the report? And many more. And right here, we're actually going to be connecting and putting links to home inspectors / consultants who are in our network. So we're going to be able to, so when someone clicks this, if they're looking for an inspector and you're a member of our group, they'll be able to find you from my website. So we're going to be doing backlinks to all of you. But over here, you can see where it says free ebook order form, and they fill in the information, submit the information, and then it asks them information, and then when this gets submitted, it gets sent to my office so that my staff calls the person up and says, oh, I noticed that you downloaded Catherine's book. Congratulations. I'd like to find out if what's your time frame for buying, and if you'd like, could we introduce you to some additional services? And now they are also going to be involved in our email campaign. Now I believe it was, please sing out, who was it who said that they did a home buyer workshop and the people were not comfortable giving their name, but he gave out a whole bunch of business cards? Who was that? It was somebody I had a coaching call with, I believe. Well, they did an event recently.
That might have been me, Catherine, who did a home show.
Yes, yeah, Tom, you did the home show. And you had a lot of people who were senior citizens, I believe you said?
Yes.
And you were looking for, they didn't feel like they wanted to give you their contact information. And I said, well, that's okay. Give them something that makes them come to you and give them their information on themselves. Okay? So this is what you want to do. So now, here's what we are offering for you to be able to have access to. What we're doing, and what you gold and diamond level members have the ability to do, is send us, all you have to do is ask for this. This is something that you get as part of your membership. This is complimentary. It's been there forever, and people need to take advantage of it. So let me show this. Let me show you one of our members who took advantage of this. This is David Ritchie. He's one of our members. He's been a member for quite a long time. And what he did was he got, this is actually the card stock that he actually had printed to a page. You can print this on 5.5, 8.5 by 11, and it cuts 2 cards, and it's the actual size of the book cover itself. The book itself is a 5 by 8. So you print 2 of these on a piece of cardstock, front and back. And this is the front. This is the front of the card. And you can see it's got his picture on it with introduction by David Ritchie of Touchstone Home Inspection Services. So now let's see if he has it on his website. See if I can find that. I'm not sure if that's right. Let me see if I can find the back of his card. Okay. Not sure what's going on with that. Let me see if I can get his actual, find out what that says. Hang on, get his actual website address. Show you what this looks like here. All right, so there it is right there. Here's the front of the book. It has his logo. It has with introduction by David Ritchie of Touchstone Home Inspection. This is actually not formatted right. I'm trying to show it to you because I don't have it formatted. But then the back of the book says, get your free digital copy of the book today at homeinspectorelcajon.com. So that's his website. If I were he, I would buy this URL. So David, if you're listening, Home Inspection El Cajon. And I can't spell. So you see, gosh, have I made my point clear enough? And what he did was he sent me his logo. He sent me his image. And then we cropped it, and then we put it on the book cover. So that's all you have to do is send us your logo, your picture, and your website address, and then we will send it to you. So let's see. See if I can get that again. Nope. Let's see if I can find. What was that? A Word file? Yeah. Let me get that. Maybe I spelled Cajon wrong. HomeInspectorLcajon.com. Okay, so I didn't spell it wrong. HomeInspectorLcajon.com. Did I do that right, guys? lcajon.com. All right, so I'm not crazy. There it is. Okay, great. There you see his 203K inspections, sample inspection report. There you see his certified 203K consultant right there in the middle. I don't see his ebook. So he needs to put his ebook up here someplace. Okay, so that's something that he can do. So now what we did was, we actually, let me just show you the book itself. Let's see, introduction. And here's what he did. We basically gave him the introduction and said if you want to modify it in any way, you can. So he actually modified it. So here is my honor to have the opportunity to provide an introduction to Catherine's new book. So we're going to send this to you, and you can copy it exactly as it's written, or you can change it to whatever you want, provided it doesn't exceed more than 2 pages. And as you can see, he signed it at the bottom, sent it back. He sent me his signature and everything, his phone number, and this was the introduction, and it went in the inside front cover of the book. So here's what the book looks like with his information. So all you have to do, it is too easy for you guys to do this. So here, let me show you what the book looks like. I'm going to shrink it so you can see more of it. There you can see the front cover. Major purchase with introduction by David Ritchie of Touchstone Home Inspections. There's the About Me, and there's About David Ritchie. So he gets a bio put in him, on him, right behind my bio. All you have to do is give it to me, send it to us. And then behind the acknowledgement, then there's the introduction. And there it is, David's introduction. So, now we actually have this specifically like this. So it's smudged for a very important reason. We don't want anybody copying it and pasting it or use it or trying to use it on like a check or a document. So that's why it's clear that this is not an actual hand signature, because someone could literally copy this off of a PDF. Understand? So don't think that we didn't do this on purpose. We didn't make it clear for a reason. So now all of you can get this book for you produced by February 15th. You can have this on your website. You can put a press release out saying, announcing, I am very honored to have been asked to write the introduction of a major book about home inspection by America's 203K Queen, Catherine Hall. Please get your free copy of my ebook. You can get these cards printed up. We will give you the publisher file. And here, let me show you what this publisher file looks like. Instead of giving out business cards, these publisher files, let me show you how they print up. They print 4 to a page, so they come out in a nice little card, slightly big, about the size of a postcard, and it's got your picture and information on the front, and it's got your logo information on the back. Give these out instead of business cards everywhere you go, and you're being celebritized as being a person who helped write a book. I'm disappointed more people haven't taken advantage of this, and I wish you all would do this. you have this benefit. We will give you the JPEGs. We will give you the link for your website. All you have to do is set up a, all you have to do is have your web host set you up the Contact Us form, so that when someone clicks the link, it opens up a Contact Us page. If you don't know how to do that, or if you have trouble doing that, let us know. We can possibly even help you with that. But you really want to probably have it go through your web host. We can actually set it up so that you do get emails when someone links onto a page, etc. But we'll send you everything you need to take advantage of this. So all I want you to, we're going to send you the PDF version of the book. So you actually can have copies of it to be able to download to people, send to it with an email. I send this out, and we're now sending this out as a follow-up email to every buyer when they schedule a home inspection. So when they schedule a home inspection, we say, thank you for scheduling with us. Just to let you know what to expect from us, please read this book by the president of our company, or by a dear friend of mine, or by a partner that I'm working with. Can everybody see what the competitive advantage this will give them?
Yeah.
So, maybe to me, I haven't made enough of an impression on you to do it, but I am now. Please take advantage of this. And the last thing that I want to talk about today, and I'm focusing on, and then we're going to let Mike Troisi talk, because he's chomping at the bit. I want to talk to you about, again, this is a year of a lot of new things changing. We're going to be mixing things up with the Success Supplies. And the Success Supplies that we're giving you is called the 203K Coffee Break. Let's move this back out the way. Okay. And on this coffee break, this one has a word search. It's all, and right here at the bottom of the first page, it looks a little different than the Take a Break or the Just for Funds that you've been seeing. On the bottom of the page, you put a testimonial or a promotion you're having or a contest of any kind that you might be having. You put that in there. And then on the back side here, on the second page, you want to put your picture, and you want to either put in the personal guarantee like we have, the 30-day free inspection guarantee, or instead of that, you can refer to the book. So instead of a personal guarantee, you can put in, underneath your picture, consumer alert. 7 things to know before hiring a home inspector. Get your book free by visiting our webpage. So you would put that up here in this space. So in addition to what you're going to do, this is going to be different, because it's going to say you will get the best residential consulting and inspection services for you. All right, and then what you want to do is you want to put testimonials from agents. You want to make sure they target the things that people want to hear about what you do. So I'm sure someone you should all be doing follow-up calls for every time you do any kind of a service. Or when you're doing your inspections, we've talked about asking the client while you are there to fill out the customer satisfaction survey. Did everybody download that satisfaction survey? Does everyone use one? Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, did you put it up on the site?
I don't know if we put it up on the site or not. I have to make a note of that. Find out. I will. The client satisfaction survey on site. All right. I will see to that it happens.
Thank you.
Okay. In the meantime, I'll make it accessible for you right now, even easier. My favorite tool in life is Dropbox. So let me go here to Dropbox, to my, whoops, hang on, what did I do? Oh, I'm on the wrong website. Okay, I'm not at my computer. Okay, I don't have my Dropbox content here, but I bet you I can access it here. All right, and while I'm doing that, can you tell us how to get to your Dropbox again? Okay, that's what I'm about to do, as a matter of fact. Basically what would have happened is you would have gotten a link to Dropbox. Hold on. My Dropbox is loading. And we would have sent you a link to share content in the Dropbox folder. So as soon as this loads up, it might have trouble loading because it is so thick with activity from me running this webinar. But what will happen is I will send you a sharing link, and then you can go to that link, that URL, and then when you hit the URL, it will give you the opportunity to download the file onto your computer. So now it's taking too long for me to do this right now while we're having the webinar, so I'm not going to try. Matter of fact, don't freeze up computer. And it's frozen. Okay. All right. While my computer is... Okay, so let's go back to this. I will make sure you have that. Thank you for reminding me. You need to start using Google more. Alan, Google Drive, I can't make the change to Google Drive because right now I have close to 1 terabyte of data in Dropbox, and so I pay for a corporate account. So for me to convert to Google Drive would be a redundancy. So Google Drive came out first, so I'm kind of like glued to the hip. They've got me by the throat. But I do use Google Drive for some things, not a lot, largely because I'm so tied into Google Drive. So, oh, you didn't say Google Drive. Well, hang on, Alan. I'll unmute you. What are you saying, Alan? You're unmuted.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, no, earlier, I typed that along earlier when you're sitting there trying to do the, what do you want to call it, when you're typing in a guy's website.
Oh, okay, so just type his name. Ah, what a concept.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, you can have Yahoo, you can have Google or whatever else. So when you start typing in the address on the address bar, it pops up automatically and will do a search if it's not there.
That's very true. I appreciate that. But did you see, I mean, but inadvertently, isn't it cool how I was making a point about buying all appropriate URLs, and right there was a situation where there was a URL that inspector should have purchased?
Yep. Oh, yeah, I saw that.
So it's like I didn't do it on purpose, but it just worked out beautifully.
Yep. See, on mine, I got Google on mine, and it just sits there and pops everything else up if it doesn't find what I'm looking for. So. Yeah,
so do I. So now, as I was saying, on this piece of marketing that you are going to be getting tomorrow, if not already, by email, and we're sending out the mailing at the end of this week, end of next week, excuse me. You want to get testimonials. Now, you want to make sure you have 7. 7 is apparently an important number for considering validity. Now you're like, well, I don't have 7 testimonials. Yes, you do. You call 7 people you've done home inspections for the last week and say, tell me, if you were going to talk to me about talk to me to a friend or a relative, what would be the one thing you would say you liked best about what I did? Oh, fantastic. Do you mind if I post that to my Facebook page? And they'll be so delighted that you're going to celebritize them. They'll probably say, absolutely. So you make a list of your testimonials and you put it on your newsletter. So here's all someone said was very good and thorough. All you need. The most thorough home inspection I've ever had. So those are the testimonials at the top. And down here, 7 reasons you'll love our service. So this is where you'll now put your USPs. So one of them is all inspections performed by a 203K consultant. Free 90-day structural warranties, one-stop shopping for all inspection consulting needs. Highlight your USPs, expanded office hours, make them attractive, CEU courses free for agents. So this is a new form because I want to switch it up. You're going to be switching up between the coffee break, the 203K today, and the take a break. So you have different kinds of forms. So then, oh, this is just another one of those pages from that home inspector 203K consultant. So we're going to switch them up. So you give them a different piece of form every couple months, so that changes it up. So I wanted you to know when you get this piece, it's going to be different than what you might have expected. Okay? So that being said, I have covered all the things that I wanted to talk about with regard to marketing and business promotion. So now we're going to open the floor, okay, and I'm going to pause sharing my screen. So right now, unless someone specifically needs me to, I'm going to leave it just on this screen while they're talking, unless there's something they want to bring up of more pertinence. So we're going to start with Mike Troisi. Mike, go ahead. You have the floor for 5 minutes and counting.
Wow, 5 minutes. I could do a lot of damage in 5 minutes. I just wanted to touch base that I'm having a wonderful 203K season. It was slow in the beginning. I have done almost zero marketing when it comes to 203K. And a funny thing happened slowly, like a drip from a home inspection with a faucet we check. Next thing you know, the house is flooded, and I'm inundated with 203Ks. I was able to hook up, if anybody out there is looking for a company, and there's a lot of companies, loan offices, Movement Mortgage is like red hot. I hooked up with Tom, who's the Movement Mortgage loan officer, and he specializes in 203Ks. He goes around and he does seminars. He invites me to his seminar. I don't even have to bring donuts, and I get a chance to get in front of a room full of new and experienced realtors with 203K, and it's I can't get a day off.
Look at this.
It's
Inc. 500 listed them as the fastest growing private company in America.
They're on fire, and they've streamlined. They've taken experienced loan officers who are looking to do some serious money making, given them the 203K, created some sort of internal programming system where they're kicking some serious coolie across the room. Now, Wells Fargo, I don't even know how they could possibly be on top. They've become a joke. They do not have the clear vision. Wells Fargo has become, or is soon to become, the Kodak and the IBM of the 1950s.
It's funny because I'm doing fewer and fewer Wells Fargo 203Ks and more private brokerage corresponding lender. You're absolutely right.
And I'm noticing that trend. And when I get a phone call from a Wells Fargo lender, I feel like I'm speaking to somebody with chains on their arms and legs. They can't do anything. Oh, woe's me. And I'm like, I dismiss them. I don't even try and pick up their business. But now Movement is, their name fits. They're moving. So I hook up with one of the guys. I do all his seminars. My phone is ringing like crazy. Now tonight I just finished a work write-up before I logged in. I got a nice contractor's bid from a brand. Now this contractor's done several streamlines, and he calls me up in a panic. Oh my God, who are you? What's this full K? I've never done a full K. I walked him through it. He did not give me the breakdowns for labor and materials, so guess what I did? I did it for him. And if he doesn't like it, too darn bad, because I asked him for it and he didn't provide it. So I did his labor and I did his materials, and he'll have to deal with it. So we're getting ready to do another closing. I'm in the middle of 3, 4, or 5. You know, I have to confess I need to do a spreadsheet so I can keep track of all my 203Ks.
Absolutely.
On top of an incredibly aggressive home inspection business, where I've had, last year I did my financials, and I'm embarrassed to tell you how much money I made, and I'm beginning to dread those 3 letters called IRS.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm sure they're coming after me this year. But it's been the best year I've ever had. For those of you new people, do yourself a favor, buy some plane tickets. When Catherine is doing one of her cross-country 203K, 2.0, 3.0 meetings, come on out. It's so much fun. You know, going to dinner with the group. As you saw that photo on the website, we were standing in a very interesting community doing a 203K feasibility report. That house, oh my dear Lord, was that the house we did. There were termites everywhere. I think I picked up 2 or 3 as hitchhikers.
I might buy that property just to use it as a location and just have my day of discoveries there every year.
Oh, the locals were looking at us like, who are these strange people taking pictures, running around? We look like a bunch of tourists with cameras.
Yes, we did.
We had so much fun. We had a chance. We had some wonderful social time. I had a chance to network with some very interesting people who are just as much a character as I am.
That's saying something. Mike, are you looking at your screen?
1 minute and 32 seconds.
There you go.
That reminds me of the launch we just enjoyed at Cape Canaveral. That was an incredible sight. I watched the Saturn V go up. Awesome. But for those new people, like, you know, who have been doing this only for like 2 hours, you have so many opportunities. This was one of the best career decisions I ever made. Catherine, I don't know if I'm a gold or a platinum member. I lost track.
Okay. We can let you all know.
And we're doing some serious volume here. It started slow, but there's so much potential. If you are willing to open the door and walk through that door, I can't, you know, I'm 50 years old, and I'm beginning to regret that one day I'm going to have to slow down. It's so much fun.
So now, Mike, Bill Billings asked the question, who is your contact person for Movement Mortgage?
I don't want to tell you, but his name is Tom Powell. He's in the Orlando area. There's another gentleman in Tampa, because I believe we have somebody in Tampa.
Yep.
He needs a 203K in a box person to help him out. And once I'm in the door with Movement Mortgage, he has been singing my praises all across the Movement Mortgage website. And I expect to start getting phone calls all across Florida, and I'm going to need some help. And I'm noticing that I have 2 seconds left.
Okay, that's it. You're done. That's it. Thank you, Mike.
Okay. I'm muting, self-muting.
Self-muting. Okay. I like this timer action here. Okay, so the next person up is going to be, let's see, who would like to go next? I think I'll go to Tom Mitchell. Tom, get ready. I'm about to start your timer. Okay, Tom, you've got 5 minutes, and starts.
I don't know what to talk about other than maybe the fact that I just did one.
Oops, I don't know what to do. Go. Okay, Tom, you're up.
All right, can you hear me?
A little bit. Speak up a little bit.
Can you hear me now?
It's some feedback, but go ahead.
All right, try that. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
All right. Well, I guess the only thing I really got to talk about is the fact that I had to start my first feasibility ever under the gun with a brand new reporting system on the largest house I will probably ever do, I would guess. So the house was 7,000 square feet plus a guest home of 1,000 square feet plus 19 outbuildings that were falling down into 11. So that was all fun. We did get the feasibility report out, and it is done, and it wasn't feasible for the customer, so he's not going to continue on with the process.
But you know what we did? Tom, tell everyone what your wife and I did.
Well, I mean, they went through on Skype, and basically we were able to set up all of the platforms of things that needed to be done. So that was a huge part of it. What part are you talking about?
Well, the fact that she and I just sat together for about, I think, an hour and a half and literally went through step by step everything she needed to do to complete the package.
Yep, because we've been kind of waiting for your package to come out. We ended up using Easy203K Pro, which is hopefully not what your system's going to look like when it comes out.
No.
But,
thanks for that. No, hell no. Excuse my language.
so the answer to that question is it worked out. It worked out great. Amy had a learning curve because she's going to be in my back office. I can go do the reports. I can go do the inspection, but I don't have time. I had 10 inspections on top of this last week, so that was a very interesting week.
I was extremely impressed that she was able to take your notes and actually do the report. I was thoroughly impressed that she was able to do the report. She's incredible.
She is right here.
Catherine, everything was because of you. You were fantastic walking us through it. We couldn't have done this without you, and it was amazing having your support. We just have to say thank you so much.
Thank you. It was my pleasure. No, I had a lot of fun.
Well, your thing comes out the end of February, right?
Yes, end of February, we are going to be beta testing. Absolutely, yes. Finally, I can say that with some sense of confidence.
good, because I'm excited to see that. She's, now that we've got a feasibility under our belt, I guess we're going to try to maybe see if we can line up one more, but it's not going to be anything that we want to do. I'm still going to wait for the program to come out and get it going, because we need a process in place. But we're gonna definitely take on another one if one comes above. But again, this piece of the property being the fact that it was so large, and it ended up being it was a 35-page report, all said and done. Yeah, and that was just the feasibility. So that can, it was, let's see if I can find the numbers on it. It was around 100 and, altogether it was $102,000 with our 15% contingency, $85,000 in repairs. So that was just repairs.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, 4 seconds.
Well, that's it. Thank you for the help on that one.
Thank you so much. Okay. Next up is going to be Tom Kruger. Tom, go.
Hi, Catherine.
Hi, Tom.
We finished up the home show this past weekend. The next thing I have on my plate to try and get done is get my. I've worked on this once before, but I think I need to get back and work with Samantha to get my web page or your web page on my web page.
Whoops. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Because I think I inserted that some months ago when your daughter-in-law was leaving and Sam was coming in, so somewhere along I dropped the ball.
Okay.
But that's where we're at right now. Oh, and we also now have Academy Mortgage in our territory.
Cool.
Met one of the guys from Academy Mortgage this past weekend. He had a realtor. He and a realtor were at the show. I spent a good half hour with the realtor, and they like what we're doing. So we're trying to get in there to put on a short demo.
Excellent. And talk about your homebuyer fair a bit, Tom.
Okay. One of the things that we did, we went in and it's a home building and renovation type show where you have a lot of contractors that are doing, that are doing nothing but doing the business, and people like that do strictly bathroom or kitchen renovations or repairs. But we had a lot of seniors come through, and one of the things that they stopped and looked at was home. In fact, I do home inspections, and I got to talking with them, and one of the things that they liked was the fact that I do what I call a home consultation, as opposed to doing a full home inspection, which if you do a write-up, it needs to be disclosed. And also seniors don't want to have stuff disclosed, so I do home consultation, which is like half the price of the home inspection. I let people walk around behind me. They can take all the notes and pictures that they want. They pay me when I leave, and I don't write a report, and there's nothing down. And people sort of like that when they're looking to see what they're going to do with their house.
Cool. Fantastic.
And we just have, we got a brief contract, and basically what the thing that it's somewhat nice about it is the fact that they pay as you walk out the door, and you don't have to end up writing a report.
Yes, very nice. That's what I like about it. Okay, well, anything else you want to share?
Not at this time.
All right.
Just trying to get, but thank you.
Thank you. Okay. We're going to pause and reset. And we're going to, next up is going to be, we're going to start, go ahead, Alan Munsell. Alan, you're there.
Okay, can you hear me okay now?
Yes, we can.
Can you hear me now?
We hear you fine.
Anyways, just getting into I had it muted, so anyways, just getting going serious this year, getting going on this stuff. I learn a lot every time I'm doing on your webinars, clicking on all these websites. I got about 15 websites open right now on my computer from all the information I'm getting from you. So it's a lot of input here and research all the time. And started all my programs and books, lots of reading. I'm getting tired of reading, doing lots of that. I've been out there actually talking to other people here, just kind of seeing what my lenders and some of my other realtors know about 203K and consultant and everything else, and they're all getting excited about me getting into this. So I'm looking forward to really going full bore here with this. So
Excellent.
but otherwise, and just like the other day, I was sitting there reading one of your things about some of the tools that you need for measuring the laser tape. I said, oh, I think I got one of those somewhere, and I had to go dig it up, and I finally found it, and had to learn how to use it again. So
You had to learn had to get some batteries for it, etc.
no, this was a rechargeable one. I use these batteries for my flashlights and everything. I have the Arobi measuring tape measure, flashlights, everything, borescopes. I got a whole bunch of stuff, but I had to go dig this out of my toolbox out in the garage, so because I didn't use it that often.
Oh, okay. Mine is the
Anyway.
D-bat. Mine uses D batteries. It's very annoying.
Yeah, I saw the one that you had in your thing that you suggested, and the new replacement ones. I'm looking at the price of that thing and going, I think I've got one of these. And dug it out. Mine even does more than what yours can do, and I'm just like, wow.
There you go.
So, but yeah, there's just so much to learn here, and just to keep on top of things, and trying to keep the home inspection side moving as well. There's just so much happening. So I'm just trying to keep up with the Joneses here, with trying to keep all this knowledge going and try to help other people out. And so that's about it. And running our association out here of our home inspectors on top of that, with our classes on that. That's coming up here next month. And 3D software class, that's coming up right after that one. So I got a lot happening here. So
It sounds like it.
that's all I got to say. Thank you for everything that you're teaching us. I appreciate it. My wife does too, but she had to take off. So
No problem.
that's all I got. Thanks.
All right. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Next up, we can reset this. You guys are doing good. We're going to go up to... Let's go down to Bill Billings. Bill, we had a nice conversation yesterday. You want to help some of the people with some of the information we've talked about?
Well, we talked about so much, I don't remember what it all was. I'm dealing with a loan that a person is being a pain, and I think we may have resolved, because I kind of did what you and I were talking about, sending her a letter and talking with the lender. The lender and I will be speaking tomorrow. We have appointment on phone because they're so far away, but I believe we're going to get it all remedied. I'm pretty sure it'll be remedied by tomorrow. She has to the end of the month, 31st of January, before her loan goes in. I guess it's default or runs out of time.
Yes, default. Mm-hmm.
So I think I made her understand that, like we were talking, that the money left over in her contingency is not a paycheck that you're going to get when this is all said and done. It's just going to be money that's put towards your principal on that loan. So I think she understood it, because I kind of really had the feeling, talking with her, that she was thinking that she was going to get a $6,000 or $7,000 check to go do whatever she wanted to do with it.
Sounds
So
like a plan.
I appreciate the help on that very much. It led me in the right direction, and the wording of, I guess, writing a letter or email kind of was what may have triggered everything off.
You know, it's amazing how much success you can get by just simply, just quietly sending a message that, you know what, this is the way it's going to have to be.
Right.
And you can do what I want or you cannot, but this is either you do what I want or we're just going to have trouble.
I think part of what, when I first started a few years back with you, being in this construction business all my life and being a home inspector and everything, you have to walk the right line and realize that you, being the consultant, and my understanding and learning through some of the lenders and everything, is to work directly with a lender, you're kind of just the next person in line. You're not there to be a go-between. You're there to get a job done, and you need to be more of a stronghold on what you know is right and what's correct. And I found that to be a very good way.
Yeah, you know, it's you have to understand, as much as we are truly not involved with the government, dropping the word government makes people listen.
That it does. And I will say that our business, we went over our work for the month of January, and we have pulled between home inspections and 203Ks, we've upped our business 20% just in this month alone.
That's fantastic, and I look forward to you and Mike, both of you taking an active role and maybe trying to either hire some additional help or do something to give yourself some time to have an active role with NAFAC in the coming year.
I plan on that. I have my son on board now who moved down here from up north, and I have been working with him, and I believe he's going to be taking one of your 203 in the box courses, and we're going to be getting him certified here in the near future.
Fantastic. Okay, speaking of getting certified, let's talk to our newest member who's on our call today, and that would be Daryl Peace. Hey, Daryl.
Hey.
How are you?
How you doing?
Very good.
I'm super fantastic.
Excellent. So what's going on in your world besides becoming a newly certified 203K consultant?
You know, I kindly let everybody know yesterday, like all my heavy hitter investors and people that I know that deal with a lot of banks yesterday, that I was on the list. So everybody went checking, and I got emails back. So they're ready to give me work.
Okay. In your thumb drive, you will find a press release already created for you.
Okay.
So you can take that press release, put your logo at the top of it, tweak it with your contact, with your specific details, okay, and send it out to your local radio, TV, newspapers, and also you print out 1 billion of them, and you physically take them around to the real estate offices in your area and their nonprofits.
All right, that's good. So I mean that's good to go, because I like with being that and again, like this weekend is, I think I have like 4 presentations I have to do. So I mean that literature will be given out everywhere I go. Like I'm on a mission right now, because I didn't know. I even called Granite, and they were like super happy.
Be careful with Granite, okay? Granite and Renovation Ready, they will take you and not pay you. And if you want to know more about what Granite will do to upset your world, talk to Bill Billings. He will let you know in no uncertain terms. I think he mentioned it briefly in a recent call, but be careful. They're scam artists, so just be mindful.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. It's
Let's
okay.
just put it this way: Granite will take $400 for a draw and pay you $150.
Yeah, I know. Victor was telling me that today. He said because they do all the work.
Yeah, right. You do all the work.
That's what they. I was like, you don't go to the property, you don't take pictures, so how are you doing all the work? You just doing paperwork or what?
Yes, that's my whole point.
But other than that, I've let everybody know, and I want to thank you once again for forcing me to do, because you were like, you going to get 203K certified. I'm like, okay, let me see what it's about. But I'm happy that I went ahead and done it. Like I said, I have a lot of banks and stuff that are ready to go. So I'm good, and I'll be in touch with you as far as that goes as well.
Please do. Please do. Okay, we're going to kick down to Cliff Dothit. Hi, Cliff. Cliff, you there? Unmute yourself, and while we're waiting for...
I'm trouble getting unmuted here.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, yeah. As far as my 203K business goes right now, I'm school inspection business is extremely busy right now. So, kind of in the background, I'm trying to build the 203K business. Really excited tonight to find that HUD Home Store website that was really interesting. I've already registered while we're on the call tonight. I've registered and I found 3 homes in the area. One of the agents, I can probably throw a rock from my backyard and hit his office. So I'm going to be trying to contact him here in the next day or two to see about getting some information to him about me being a 203K right here in his backyard, literally, and we'll see where that takes us.
Excellent. So you know what? Just slip it into make sure that your business cards say you do 203K consulting. Make sure your logo or your website. A lot of what Mike Troisi is generating, I believe, part of it came from the fact that as soon as he became a consultant, he changed, I believe, not only did he change his business cards, but he changed the work shirt he had and put on the sleeve of his work shirt that he did 203K consulting. I believe his work shirt said so, and that sparked a lot of interest just from the fact that he wrote on his work shirt on the sleeve, had engraved on the sleeve.
Yeah, that's good information. That is the other thing that I had written down here that I needed to mention is that I still have not gotten my website updated with the fact that I'm now a certified 203K consultant. So that's another big step that I need to take is to get all my my website and my literature and everything all updated.
And that brings up a very good point for those of you who are, and I can definitely give you I'm going to put on the link I'm going to put on the chat box right now the logo, the 203K in a Box Certified Consultant logo that you should all, and the NAVFAC logo that you should all be having on your website. So let me get that while Cliff is, and I'm going to put it in the chat box. It's a Dropbox link. So you should all be able to access it. So hang on, I've got too many things open here. HIJKL. I can't spell HIJK. Logos, there you go. Okay, and so I'm going to give you this link right now. And it is the 203K in a Box blue color ribbon. It's a JPEG file. It's a large file. It's 2400 by 23. There's a big one and a small one, so I'm going to send you guys both of them. So here, this is a Dropbox link. I'm going to put it in the chat box. So all of you, this is the link for the blue ribbon that you put on your website. I just pasted it in there. Okay. And then when you put that link on your website, you want to backlink it to www.203kinabox.com/approved. And then what happens when you type that, www.203kinabox.com approved, on your web page, like we showed you, David Ritchie had it on his website, and if it will come up, it'd be nice. This is what will show up on their screen. It talks about why it's important that they're working with you, what you can do for them, that you can do educational trainings, that you have computerized reporting, that you have a qualified licensed home inspection skills, a network of contractors, and most of all, a thorough and complete knowledge and understanding of all aspects of the FHA 203K renovation mortgage program. Congratulations on your choice to work with a 203K in a Box certified consultant. So now I just sent you the link. And now I just sent you, actually I sent it to one person only. Hang on, let me send it again. Hang on. Hang on. And I sent it to one person. I meant to send it to all. There you go. So I just sent you the link and also the URL. So especially Daryl, since you're going to be getting information, this is the kind of information you want to put on your website as well.
Okie dokie.
And I'm also going to give you guys the NAVFAC logo right now that you can all put into your marketing materials. And let's get that one. Hang on, we get the good one. And here you go. This is the NAFAC logo, and you want to backlink that to www.nafac.org. And one of the things that I'm actually going to be doing is, I've got so many things I'm going to be doing. I don't know when I'm asleep, but if you look at the screen, do you guys see what's on the screen now? We're going to be submitting to lenders through NAFAC an opportunity for them to nominate a 203K consultant who they think does a good job, and we're going to give you a opportunity to send a flyer out or an email link to lenders that you work with to say, would you please nominate me for the Lender's Choice Award through the National Association of FHA Consultants. This is my way of getting NAFAC members, my way of getting real estate lenders familiar with NAFAC by giving them an opportunity to recognize you and nominate you. And then this is the seal. This is a nominee. This is a nominee seal, 2014 nominee. And so this is actually going to be this year for last year. So you know, spring of this year, we're going to be nominating the person who was best for last year. And so this is actually something that you are also going to be able to be nominated by your lender to get this award. And so this is something you can actually put on your website as well. You can actually get this as some seals, or we're going to give away stickers. A whole lot of things you can do. Can you see how this can open up a lot of marketing opportunities if you are I was nominated for the Lender's Choice Award last year? You guys like this?
Absolutely.
Definitely.
So you see, I don't sleep a lot. I sleep when I collapse, because if I have to stop my brain from thinking, that's the only time I get to sleep. Everything else good for you then? Let's see. Everything else good for you then, Cliff? Okay. I'm assuming he's okay. Next up is Jonathan Leahy. Hi, Jonathan.
Oh, hey, Catherine.
What's going on?
Not a whole lot today. I actually, I've just been kind of listening, taking it all in. I was actually released from the hospital on Monday. So.
Oh, what happened?
This is a message for everybody to listen to your body. Developed a headache on Wednesday night. Did not go away, so I finally went to urgent care on Friday, and they said you need to go to the ER, and I was admitted to the ICU for basically a brain bleed. Yeah.
Are you okay?
I'm working on it. I'm kind of taking a few days off and just trying to take it easy. I'm on medication, so kind of my my attention span, so to speak, has been a little short. So my mind kind of drifts every once in a while.
Helping you with some of the your business overflow?
Well, you know, the ironic thing is I was extremely busy right up until this happened, and then as soon as I was admitted into the hospital, it basically, the phone stopped ringing. So I think there's somebody up there that's telling me you need to stop and take it easy for a few days. But what it has allowed me to do is kind of rethink and refocus my business and realize, you know, that 2015 is going to be a huge push for 203K for me, because I think that's really where I want to be. And you know, this was a wake-up call. So I think I was working too much, and I just.
And you had a lot of stressful life experiences last year, and that all played on your body, I'm certain.
Yeah, it did, and it still is.
Absolutely,
so
it's a hard thing to get past, and so please rest. You are so dear to us, so please do get your rest.
I will, and I'll probably be dropping off here in just a minute or so.
Okay, well, get some sleep. Say hi to the family for us.
I will.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, next up, and we just want to put our prayers out to Jonathan. Jonathan, is there anything any one of us can do to help you? Please don't hesitate to let us know. Let's see. Who was I talking to who dislocated his shoulder? One of our members I had a coaching call with, I could go to my calendar, he actually dislocated his shoulder and was on pain meds. So you guys, we all have to take care of ourselves, and you're right, we have to listen to our bodies. And God does know when to slow down the business to give us a chance to do other things he wants us to focus on, or to rest, or whatever things that he needs us to pay attention to. So I do believe that. So we're going to basically just put some prayers out for you, Jonathan, so just rest. So next up is Daniel Newman. And Daniel, while you're talking, I'm going to hit the timer. Then I'm going to let it start. But then actually what I'm showing you guys is the home page for Genesis. This is what you'll see when you log into the Genesis site. And I'm working on the FAQ page. And I'm going to be taking, I don't have anything to say because we haven't had anybody use it yet. So this is just going to be, I'm going to blank this out for a while. Or I might put some things about what you guys have said about 203K in a Box and the trainings in 203K in a Box. I might put that down here until I can actually get some actual testimonials on the software and the system itself. So this is what we're doing. We have it's a lot of pages are done. The integration with ISN is done, so we're really excited about all that. So just want to go ahead and just get started, and go ahead, Daniel. You're there, Daniel, unmuted. Whoops. Daniel, can you talk? You might be having audio problems. You're unmuted. So when you do get a chance to talk, just chime in. So we will start all over again. And our next up will be Les White. Go for it, Les.
Yeah, Catherine, I think with the digital flutter that I'm getting on my audio, I thought I was supposed to speak a while ago, and I think maybe I took Cliff's spot.
Oh, did you? That was you talking, Les?
That was me, yeah.
Oh, you snuck in under Cliff's name.
Oh, yeah. I've been called worse.
You actually, that's a compliment. Well, that's right. Cliff just typed in that everything is okay. He'll get a mic next time. I hope so. They're cheap. You can get them on Amazon.com for like $1 or $2. So, okay, so we've got you, Les, already off the pad. Okay, great. Okay, then we're going to flip over to Phil Gage. Hey, Phil.
Hi.
What's going on?
Well, just ready to wrap up my first 203K. We'll be scheduling the final here probably next week.
I got a Skype message that you've got something interesting in the mail.
Oh, yeah. You know, usually I have to pay a mortgage, and this time I got money back from a mortgage company.
Very cool.
So, yeah, got my first draw check and that, so it was kind of exciting just getting money in the mail.
Can you imagine if you had 5 or 6 of those coming?
Well, I can imagine.
So make it happen, number one.
Well, I'm sure it will, and it'll be a lot easier once I can start using Genesis versus Easy 203K.
Yes,
so.
I know. There's so many things lacking in Easy 203K Pro that Phil just identified for us that Easy 203K Pro doesn't even have the final needs draw letter.
At least I couldn't find it, but the way Easy 203K works, you got to progress to a certain point before it'll release these other forms, and I don't like that.
No, it's very interesting. Let's just put it that way. But but the good news is you know who to call to get one.
Absolutely, and you came through for me.
Excellent. So it sounds like you're working great. So don't forget, please don't forget, and this goes to all of you. When you do a final draw, when you do your inspections, and you're at the last day of the draw, please get a video testimonial in front of the prettiest part of the house and say, hey, do you mind if I just get a 2-minute testimonial on how 203K helped you have the home that you wanted and how I helped you? Please get your cell phone out and record a testimonial and put it on your website. Put it on your Facebook page. Show a picture of the before and a picture of the after with the client smiling, and with the audio testimonial or the video. It will go volumes toward getting more people to work with you. Okay, can you hear me, Phil?
Yes, yes, I can.
Okay. Okay, so is there anything else you want to share?
Just that sometimes, you know, we may be challenged in this process, and being this is my first 203K project from start to finish, I was fortunate enough to get a contractor that was also the co-founder of Renovation Ready, and he's been riding my back from day one because he's not just being a contractor, he's trying to play a consultant too. But sometimes when the roads get rough, that's when you learn the most. And Catherine's been right there to help me through a lot of the situations I've been faced with.
Phil,
So
the one thing I'd like you to really, would you please tell everyone how you utilize Skype, because you're about one of the most responsive persons on Skype. What are you doing with Skype? How are you keeping it so that even if it's 10 o'clock at night, I'm sending you stuff and you're getting it? Do you have it on your phone? Do you have it on your tablet? What is helping you be so very accessible through Skype?
Basically, I just have it on my desktop right now, and I do most of my reports in the evening, or if I'm in between inspections or something, or filling out reports, I check my little green icon down at the bottom of the screen, and you know, so I'll wait for your reply, and it'll tell me there's a reply there. But yeah, since I got on Skype, I've been getting this communication going really strong, and really appreciate it.
It's the best way to, don't you feel it's the easiest way to get a hold of me?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Sometimes I have to wait a little bit, but you always come through, so that's great.
Well, thank you so much, and I really appreciate that. And congratulations. Like I said, don't forget to get a picture of you and the clients in front of the prettiest part of the house. Me with my clients at their and send a picture to the real estate agent. Send a letter to, just want to let you know we've successfully completed the renovation on the property you helped John buy, and you might want to reach out to them and congratulate them on a successful 203K, and maybe ask to come see the new property and stay involved with them now that this is over.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
I mean, even though they probably are thinking that, they've sold the house, I'm going to stay in touch with them, this is a great way for you to help them stay connected to their client, and I'm sure they'll appreciate that opportunity and that interest on your part on their behalf.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, way to go, Phil.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next up, we're running down to the last few people. I'm really excited. Thank you all so much for being on the call tonight. We have Ken Perkins. Ken, I'm going to unmute you. How are you tonight, Ken? Are you there, Ken? Do you have a mic? And if Ken's mic's not working, then we're going to end with the beginning, and hopefully this is Carol or Tommy Orr.
It's me. Can you hear me?
I'd rather have Carol.
Well, she's here too.
Hi, Carol.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
It was great meeting you and having you at the Day of Discovery last month.
It was good fun, and I learned a lot.
Excellent.
She's gotten energized.
She's got excellent. Did she tell you all about that house, Tommy, that Mike was mentioning earlier?
She did. She did, and she said that she wants to start going through all the back monthlies packets that you've sent us, and the 203K Day of Discovery box and all those other things, so that she can catch up with me and and help me out with the inspections.
And please, Carol, do you have a Skype account? Because please friend me on Skype so that if you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to help.
Thanks.
What'd you say? I couldn't hear you.
She said, great, thanks.
And for everyone, you should set up a Skype account. It's free. And that's my Skype ID that you want to friend me. And I'm saying this until everybody gets on Skype. I will keep mentioning it on every coaching call because I can't. At some point, I'm going to have a Skype group of all of our members, and I'll be able to communicate things that to one person might ask something that all of you need to know, and I can just basically reply to everybody so we can actually keep a running conversation. You know, and I actually might even turn it into a blog. I know people are not really using blogs as effectively or efficiently as a lot of people used to in the past. Blogs seem to be, I mean, Tommy, let me ask you, when was the last time you actually read a blog?
Never read one.
There you go. That's my point exactly. Because one of the things that the program designer is saying, I need to set up a blog page for the Genesis system. I'm like, I don't think so. I don't really think that should be a high priority thing. I have an FAQ page, obviously, etc.
Yeah, if it was something that interests me, I'd probably read it, but I found nothing on the internet on a blog that interests me.
Me either. I think I get more success either out of an FAQ or actually going to the site and looking at the actual pages on the site. So I might set up a blog page keeping people abreast of the different phases of the software.
YouTube.
I'm sorry?
YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube. Right. A YouTube channel for Genesis is more likely what we're going to be doing. Absolutely. In the NAFAC site.
Great.
So I'm so excited about this thing. I can't tell you. I cannot even begin to tell you. But yeah, tell me what else is going on. I'm taking up your time. I apologize.
That's okay. Not a problem. I have finished 4 out of the 12 203Ks that I started last year. Mm-hmm. 4 of them are still active, and 4 didn't get past the feasibility phase. Yeah, I like it. It's working out great for me. I've had some difficulties here and there, but we've managed to get through them. I've finally changed my schedule so that I'm no longer doing home inspections on Thursday so that I can sit down and be part of these connections. But it was hard for a while. I just couldn't get away from the home inspections and stuff, so I couldn't get to sit down with you guys. My biggest issue right now is they're changing the forms on me almost on a weekly basis. I get a different form for a different thing that doesn't correspond with the HUD forms, and then they tell me I have to use their form, and I'm going, you know,
You're talking about specific lenders?
Yeah.
What lenders are you referring to specifically?
Home Street Bank.
Okay. Will you send me copies of those forms, please, so I can see what they are?
Okay.
Okay. I'd like to see what the differences are that they're requiring, largely because one of the things that with the software, we are not going to be able to be all things to all people as far as different types of forms that they're going to require. But what we are going to try to do is have a database by lender to say, okay, you know, this is not included in the programming of the system, but Home Street Bank likes you to use this kind of form, and here's a PDF sample of a blank copy of it. So that's what we're trying to do.
The issue is, I don't think is Home Street Bank in total. I think it was one particular disbursement officer within Home Street Bank.
Yeah.
Because I've done 7 different 203Ks with them now, and this is the only one that's ever told me that that I specifically have to fill out this form and send it back to her.
Lovely. Okay. Well, she sounds like fun.
Well, I talked to the lender, and I said, be honest with you, she's changing a government form, and she cannot do that.
Right.
So she said she would talk to the disbursement officer and get it straightened out.
Fabulous. Excellent. You know, you did just what we were saying earlier. Drop the government bomb on people.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah, we're doing good. Our business last year was up probably the neighborhood of maybe 60 or 70% over the previous year, because we picked up not only 203K, but we picked up a large number of my other portion of my business, which is insurance inspections. But I think I may be overcharging on the 203K because I'm making almost $3,000 a job.
How much are you charging for the 203Ks?
Well, I'm charging the HUD amount that's on the paperwork, plus I'm charging them for the inspections separately.
Okay.
And I'm charging then for the draw inspections.
Well, not really. Well, the draw inspections you're supposed to get. Okay, so if it's 6 draws, it's 6 draws at $200. So that is $1,200. So plus mileage. So that's a give. That's a flat number. If you're charging the rate for the HUD consultation, the feasibility, and the work write-up, and you're getting $800 for that, then 8 to 12 is $2,000.
I'm getting almost $2,000 for that.
That's right. But now, if you are suggesting a home inspection or requiring a home inspection, that might be where people are going to feel double dinged, because a lot of people will realize that, and I did one today where the client had not ordered a home inspection yet. And the agent came out, and I said, well, and at the end of going through the whole property, he said, I can see now why you suggested we wait till after you did this to decide if we wanted a home inspection. And he said, I truly don't think you need one, because she's gone through everything a home inspector was going to go through.
Right. I do not, I don't recommend or ask them to do a home inspection prior to doing a feasibility inspection. I think it's a waste of their money.
Yes.
But some lenders will require a separate home inspection that is done by another home inspector, and then I go in and do the feasibility.
Really? You could talk to them. You should talk to them about the need, the lack. You see, the reason why they're asking that, and this is a really good point, Tom, the reason why they're asking for that is because they have had it drilled into their head that for a 203K streamline, you must have a home inspection report. And so they're thinking streamline, but really that doesn't apply to a full K. So you might want to clarify that with them, because they've been.
I'm still, even on a streamline, I'm still doing the feasibility.
Yes, and that's what I've explained to them. Lenders are like, oh no, well we have to have the home inspection because it's a streamline. I'm like, no, you don't. The home inspection is what you have the client do if they do not have a 203K consultant doing a feasibility report. They have to have some, so the client doesn't have to pay for both. And wait until you see my report to decide if you think the client needs to have a home inspection. So let that loan officer see your report first, and then say, and if after you see that your underwriter still thinks you need to have a home inspection, then I'm also a licensed home inspector. I can do that as well.
Okay. Makes sense.
All right, so they've been drilled into them. A lot of these lenders who don't have a lot of experience with full K, I got to have a home inspection to do my 203K. I got to have a home inspection.
Understand.
And that's not the way it is.
Other than just some minor issues and having to do some extensions on time because couldn't find contractors or couldn't find subs, everything's been going fairly smoothly. But it's hard sometimes right now to find a sub. Even for the contractors that have normally had the subs lined up, they're having difficulty finding subs because they're all busy.
I've heard that a lot too, actually. I've heard where people have said, I actually have had contractors who haven't been able to perform because the sub that they were expected to do the project, who actually pulled the permit, all of a sudden got so busy doing something else, wasn't doing the work, and the client and the GC couldn't find another good sub. It's becoming a problem. It is.
Yeah, we're seeing that a lot up here.
Yeah, I can believe that. We are seeing a bit of that here too. Because you know what? Because good quality qualified subs are becoming GCs themselves.
Yeah. Exactly.
And in that circumstance, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Or they don't want to travel outside of their normal work area.
Exactly.
And that's where we run into some issues, is all the subs in a small community where we might be doing a 203K, all the subs in that local area, there may be only 2 or 3 of them, and they're all busy, and then trying to get somebody to come out of their comfort area and go up and do something, they just don't want to do that.
Yeah, I can believe that. Yeah, so that's where you need to start talking to brokers and lender and brokers and real estate agents that you know, to say, hey, do you know any good plumbers? Do you know any good HVAC? Do you know any good electricians? They do, because they recommend these people to do work on their listings, to do work for the buyers. So start, and then schedule and perform a Contractor 101 training course where you actually can invite the subs, invite the GCs, so they can meet each other and form strategic alliances.
Gotcha. Understand.
Okay, so thank you so much, Tom. We have one question from Alan. Alan says, FHA MPS, does CO detectors to be added to this list as well? Okay, smoke detectors are required, but not carbon monoxide detectors. They're not mandated by HUD, but many municipalities require them.
Yeah, because I heard someone out here saying that FHA requires them for out in this area, and I was going to say I didn't know that, but there's a lot of people saying it's required.
Well, you see, what's happening is appraisers are the eyes and ears of HUD, so to speak, and you have possibly a couple of appraisers who've decided to mandate carbon monoxide detectors. So I will do an inquiry to find out if HUD has put this on their list of mandatory repairs, but it hasn't come up to me in a mortgagee letter that there's been any change to the repair list. And so I would say it's just an appraiser making his own interpretation.
Okay, yeah, because I've been hearing it from the appraisers, a couple of appraisers,
Well, that's who you're hearing it from.
Some loan lenders as well.
Well, because that's because the lenders are getting it from the appraisers.
That's what I'm wondering. That's why I haven't found anything in the standards yet, and I'm lost on that one, trying to find that answer. So.
Yeah, it's not required here. We have a smoke detector requirement, but we do not have a carbon monoxide detector requirement here.
Okay.
We do.
So it's not in my city, but Tommy's saying it's in his city.
It's in our state.
It's in the state. So you see, it's going to be an appraisal requirement for his state, because any state requirement that is greater than federal is therefore incorporated into the FHA requirement to get transfer of ownership.
Yeah, see, like in our state, it's not a state requirement. It's only for one city that it's required to be in all homes now. And they actually gave them away for free for a short period of time for everybody to come and collect one for their house.
So, and that's what the appraisers now basically saying, oh, well, we're just making a mandate. Remember, the appraisers can say anything is mandated, and unless someone is willing to stand up and challenge it, it's going to be considered law.
That's what I'm doing. I'm checking it all out and trying to find out.
Fantastic. Be the person who's willing to say to the appraiser, okay, show me where this is in the regs.
Yeah, but now I'm sitting there trying to find the official regs myself for this link. And
remind me, I will show you the appraisal handbook. Actually, the appraisal handbook is actually in the FHA Minimum Property Standard training material.
That's what I'm kind of going through right now, going through all that stuff as we speak. So
excellent. Okay, and Les White just said that California requires every home to have a CO detector by building code, but maybe not by HUD. Exactly. If the local building inspector says that it has to have it for a certificate of occupancy or transfer of ownership, this is where the appraiser is importing this into his requirements.
That's correct.
Very good.
That brings up another question.
Sure.
In one of our jurisdictions here in Washington, even though the code and the state, and I think the federal as well, requires sprinkler systems in houses of 3 stories or higher, one of our jurisdictions here is requiring sprinkler systems for any new house.
Wow.
So if we start doing a major renovation on a 203K, that it falls under the renovation requirement. You know, if you do more than 50% renovation, you've got to bring everything up to code. Then would we then, as a 203K, recommend those in those jurisdictions?
You're going to require it. It's going to be mandatory, because it's going to failure to obtain the certificate of occupancy if it doesn't have it.
Okay.
And let me give you a perfect example. City of Philadelphia, which is in its infinite idiocy, I'm doing a rehab of a property, and it's an old home, and we gutted it down to the framework, but we didn't change any of the room dimensions. We didn't gut the walls. We just left it, we just basically gut the drywalls and the floors, etc. Well, we put in our project, our write-up for battery-operated smoke detectors. Well, the city inspector came in and said, "Oh no, this is a new house. You're basically," I said, "It's not a new house. We're keeping our walls and ceilings and floors, etc." No. This is rehabbed almost to be brand new. So you have to put in battery-operated and hardwired smoke CO detectors throughout the house. And you have to have an additional inspection to verify that it's been done, to the tune of an additional $450 of cost in the project. Now, the client was complaining because he didn't feel he should have to pay this extra money because the contractor should have known. I said, no, there's no way the contractor could have known that the city inspector was going to say this house qualifies for new construction when it's a 70-year-old home sitting in the ground, a row home no less, in the middle. So that's got to come out of your contingency. Shut up and bite the bullet.
Yeah, the code, which we don't inspect by code, but the code says that, you know, if you're doing more than 50% renovation either in materials or cost, then everything has to be brought up to code.
And now that you know this, you're going to make sure you incorporate that in your 203K write-ups. Absolutely. So now for me, when I'm doing a substantial gut in Philadelphia, I now know in my write-ups I'm going to incorporate the $500 cost for hardwired smokes.
Exactly.
And then if the township doesn't, and if the city of Philadelphia sends out a less competent inspector who doesn't require it, then good news. We'll put the battery-operated one in, and we'll just get a credit that goes back against contingency.
That works.
Okay. Everybody happy? Was this useful to everybody? Was this call helpful?
Yes.
Yes.
So was this format good?
Yeah.
Okay, so
yes.
we'll stick with this format where I talk about the content that I want to share, and then we have as much time as we need at the end to share focus points and question and answers and success comments.
Right.
Okay, so the next time I will see you guys will be when?
2 weeks.
2 weeks from now, 2 weeks from now on February the 12th at 8 o'clock in the morning.
At 6 o'clock in the morning.
6 o'clock in the morning for you. You can do it.
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock in the morning.
No, 8 o'clock. You're only 2 hours behind us in Chicago.
Oh, I'm 3 hours.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Go to bed early Wednesday night and get a fresh start and early start to your day.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm too busy getting kids out the door.
Yeah, at 5 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah. Is it 5? Let's see. 8? No, 6 my time.
It's 6 your time? Okay, I get that. Guys, I had to accommodate, a lot of different people, but that's why I gave you guys 2 options. Morning calls for some people who need mornings, and then this night call for those who need nights. And what do you always have available? Your one-on-one 30-minute coaching call and unlimited Skype access. So I hope everybody will raise your right hand and make a promise before our next tech call or before our next full all-power team coaching call on the 28th, where I'll be having it from Texas, where I will be at the Millionaire Inspectors Community 3 Days of Secrets Revealed. So I hope if you are coming to MIC 3 Days of Secrets, you will let me know so we can have a baseball cap, a NAFAC sports cap available for you. So we're going to be at the 3 Days of Secrets Revealed in Dallas, Texas from the 22nd to the 20th. I'll actually be flying in on Sunday the 22nd, and I will be flying out on Sunday, we'll be flying out on Sunday, March 1st. So I'll be there the entire week. So I hope I'll see you there. And if God is good and things go as I plan, I should be providing some info CDs for Genesis membership at that event. Okay, guys, if there's nothing else that we can share with you, thank you, Mike Troisi, for mentioning Movement Mortgage. We're all going to try to reach out to a local Movement Mortgage company in our area, the fastest growing mortgage bank, and I will be reaching out to him as a representative of NAFAC to say, hey, I would love to be able to, anyone who calls you, you might want to ask them if they're members of NAFAC, and this is why. So thank you for that. I've just been showing you a couple of the pages from the Genesis website. And I like our new timer. keep everybody on task. So I'm going to say I want to thank you all so much. Being able to have you in my family as a 203K family, in the NAFAC family, is just so wonderful to us. We are more than just home inspectors, and our communities know that, and we are together rebuilding neighborhoods one home at a time. So as I like to say, until I'm able to support you in the future, be outstanding. Good night, everyone.
Good night, Catherine. Thank you.
Thank you all. Be safe out there in the snow. We're expecting a bad storm. Good night.
Good night.
Night.